today. From First Energy Stadium in Cleveland, Ohio, this is Madden Football on EA Sports. It's the Cleveland Browns taking on the Houston Texans.
We have a beautiful late summer afternoon for football here at First Energy Stadium in Cleveland. The folks here in Cleveland, even though all the down years, have never stopped supporting their hometown guys, and we got evidence of that a moment ago as the Browns made their entrance. They are ready to do battle with the Houston Texans. So here's Fairbairn to do the honors. And off we go from Cleveland. And he opts to not bring this one out. The first drive will start at the 25. So here come the Browns for their first drive on offense. And a glance here at their quarterback, standing 6'3".
And this could be a whole lot of fun because if his game plan goes into effect early, we're going to see some shots downfield, aren't we? What did he talk to us about? Stretching the field. Wants to open things up for not just his receivers, but for anything underneath.
Well, that was the theme, the front page of the sports section. What did the columnists write? Possible air raid. So we'll see.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how the coaches view that, right? Who gave away the game plan? I think it's pretty obvious, though. That'll help them win.
First carry for Nick Chubb. There's a nice move. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. 5 yards on the game's first play. Second down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense.
Looking to throw. Banks. Got a man, that's Rashard Higgins. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line.
Well, whenever you call and run the hitch route, a lot of times that ball's got to be in the air before the receiver even turns around. That's the result of throwing it so many times in practice. It's really a timing route. Make sure that ball's out of your hands, and oftentimes the receiver turns around, and there's the ball. Nice completion there.
On 1st and 10, Banks, and it's hauled in by Austin Hooper. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Three yards remain for second down. Off play action. Banks. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Higgins. And he'll be pulled down, and now a late flag will come with it. And that's in the area of a face mask, I think. So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they'll march off another 15 against your squad.
So a big penalty there on the face mask leads to 1st and 10. Back to throw. Banks. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
Normally, he's pretty reliable. Usually catches what's thrown to him. On that play, he simply dropped it.
Here's 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw again. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver, Landry. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. And forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the matchups, and they're just attacking right now.
Yep, going to the air on the opening drive. Again, he'll drop to throw. And finding the tight end, Hooper. And he will have the first down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence, and that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
Here we go now on 1st and goal. They'll run with Chubb. He pushes forward from maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. He gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
They've gotten it to the 4 on this opening drive, but now they face a 3rd and goal. Looking to throw. Banks. And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. Jonathan Grenard drops him for a loss of 10, and it's going to be 4th and long.
We always talk about how teams are so competitively matched, and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal, that's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
And you know he hated taking the loss there on 3rd down. McLaughlin now for the Browns field goal. His kick is good. And the Browns are out to a 3-0 lead. No touchdown there, but if that first drive is any indication, looks like they're going to have a pretty good day passing the football.
I would say confidence would have to be pretty high after that first drive, able to throw it almost at will. You're exactly right. They didn't get the touchdown, but 3 points serves as a nice notice about how this offense is going to move.
After the made field goal, here's McLaughlin back out there to kick it away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he returns this to the 22. So here come the Texans now for their first drive. And out will come the leader of this offense, and that, of course, is their signal caller.
And what's a quarterback's best friend?
Balance?
I think you're right. I agree with you. You know, a lot of guys would say a great receiver, right? A terrific offensive line. But I agree with you, balance, because if you can run the ball effectively, that just opens things up for guys who want to throw it and gives you easier passing lanes and easier coverages to read.
And they said balance will be a focus in this one.
Yeah, they don't want it all just heaped on his shoulders, I don't believe. I think they want to make sure they take some of the pressure off.
A first carry now. This is Johnson. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
2nd and 6. It's hauled in by Brandon Cooks. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. There again is Cooks, complete. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 44-yard line. They'll hand it off now. Johnson. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
And that's something you have to get ready for defensively because in today's NFL, teams will use their wide receivers on jet sweeps, end arounds. They'll move them back in the backfield and make them running backs. Partner, this was much more of a tap pass, but effective nonetheless.
And I think both guys love it. If you're a quarterback, it's an easy completion.
And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. David Johnson from 17 yards out. And the Texans have taken the lead. People always talk about one of his biggest strengths, running the football, vision, and he found the spot there, went into the end zone.
You're exactly right about that, and it wasn't just the vision, right? Once he saw the gap, decisiveness, made up his mind, and about the power to finish the play. Not only did he get good blocking, he created his own space as well.
Kaimi Fairbairn on for the extra point. He's got it. They'll see that opening drive field goal and raise it a touchdown, and that makes it 7-3. A drive that time of 6 plays. And it's David Johnson who provides the capper as he scores on the touchdown run. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away.
From his end zone, it's Demetric Felton. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. Second drive coming up here for Cleveland as they return to the field on offense. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize, like going to the county fair. You don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. On first down, Banks. And he's got the hook up to Landry. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. On second down now, it's Hunt, and he'll get it up to the 33-yard line.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a first down, pick it up, and keep moving.
So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. Off the play fake. Banks. To the right side, and he's got Landry complete. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
So a first and 10 now in Houston territory at the 45-yard line. Back to throw. Banks. Open man is Higgins.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule. They go with Chubb on second down. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here.
Brandon, you know that expression? He just does what he does. It sounds trite, doesn't it? But in this case, it's perfectly apt. This is one of the better runners in the NFL. And all he does is just find avenues, find ways to pick up key first downs and big runs.
A run for Nick Chubb. Down to the 30 after a gain of 3.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Three yards on that last carry. Here's second and 7. Looking to throw. Banks. Got an open man. That's David Njoku, the tight end. And he is out of bounds inside the 30.
That was an okay hook up there with his tight end, but unfortunately, they didn't get the kind of yards they had hoped for. That's going to bring up third down.
7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. Back to throw. Banks. Sideline throw, that's caught by Landry. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be 4th down.
A short game that doesn't get them the first down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. So out comes a field goal team now for the second time here today. Made his first, this now from 42 yards out. And his kick is right there. It's good. And they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
After the made field goal, here's McLaughlin back out there to kick it away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. So now we get set to see Houston for their second drive of the ball game. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. And he'll take it forward for about 5 up to the 28-yard line.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
2nd and 5. And that's complete to Cooks. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
A first down carry here for Johnson. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
Well, the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back down and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Now a handoff. Johnson. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
You don't see that a ton, do you? With a cornerback coming over to the middle of the field to make a run tackle.
That's someone with a ton of confidence to feel like nothing is pressuring him on his side of the field. Sees that the ball's moved to the middle and just sprints over there to help out. He ends up getting the tackle. Well played.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Now that's a good bounce back after giving up a touchdown on the opening drive. Just 1 first down permitted and then out. Obviously no loss of confidence with that defense, and now they get to turn it back to their offense.
Now on 4th down, it's Cameron Johnston on to punt it away. And this will be taken at the 13. 1:53 remaining in this first half of play. Coming up at halftime in a little less than 2 minutes, we'll send you to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman is standing by. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half. They go over the middle, and it's complete to start the drive. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
And he'll be tackled right on the chalk at a 45.
One of my old teammates called me the other day when he was watching the game. He's like, man, trying to watch an NFL game and trying to account for their passing game, that's difficult. And just when you think you get everything covered, here comes a back out of the backfield. And in this case, he picks up a first down.
First down now, but that clock rolling. Now Chubb running right. And he goes across midfield and down into Houston territory. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Six yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Looking to throw. Banks. And that is incomplete.
Tight end has become a bigger and bigger part of the passing game in the NFL, but if you drop the football, that position can get swapped out with a wide receiver in that spot, a running back in that spot. There are other ways they can go if you're not going to catch the ball.
And that's not just his first drop, his second drop of the game. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Back to throw. Banks. Oh, the ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off near the 42. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
David Johnson now gears up to help lead this offense back on the field. He's over 40 yards here in the second quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable, and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here, because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you've really done some damage in an NFL game.
And now he's looking just to add to his totals. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 43. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Back to throw here. It's complete to Chris Conley. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. Danny Amendola, 37 yards, and the Texans will add on to their lead. He put quite a bit of air underneath that touchdown pass. Of course, we knew that he had the strong arm.
That part was easy. You could see that throughout his college career. But what you want to know about a rookie is when the pressure's on, can you throw with touch? He just did right there. And, boy, it was pretty.
And I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play with all reviews coming from the replay official here in the final 2 minutes of the half. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How's the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
After reviewing the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
So take away the touchdown there, as that's going to be ruled an incomplete pass. Back to throw again. That's complete to Auclair, the tight end. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. It looks like a nickel set now for the Browns on third down. They'll look to throw here. The slant caught by Amendola. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Throw over the middle, caught by Jordan. The Texans going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. From the 3, 2nd and a yard. Now back to throw. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. Danny Amendola as the first half is winding down. And the Texans go nearly the length of the field and finish it off with 6 points. On for the PAT, Kaimi Fairbairn. And it's up. It's good. Our score, 14-6. So that drive in total 8 plays. And it results in the Texans finding the end zone. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. From the 6. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The Browns drive about to get started as they take over here with 11 seconds remaining. Try to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw.
He'll get this one underneath to Hunt.
Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter. Throwing on first down. Banks. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that is incomplete. So we have reached halftime here. It's the visitors, the Texans, out in front. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. And welcome in, everyone, to an abbreviated version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. And welcome, everyone, to this abridged version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. This game's had a little bit of everything thus far, and certainly plenty to look forward to, as the teams are right back out there for the second half. So we'll get right back out there as well, as we'll turn it back over to Brandon Godden.
Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A one-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. McLaughlin now to kick this one away. Here's Desmond King on the return. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. And the Texans getting ready to go here to begin the third quarter. And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
They couldn't ask for much more to this point in the second half. A gorgeous day, one-score game, 1st and 10 here. And they start the second half with Johnson. Tackle that time by Ronnie Harrison.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
Second down at 5. Again, it's Johnson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 58 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here, because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
Now on the heels of that run by Johnson, here's another 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. His throw incomplete. Trying to get their tight end involved finally. That's the first time that they've looked his way. He's kind of been a forgotten man in this offensive scheme.
Yeah, it didn't look his way at all in the first half, and I'll bet you the offense coordinator made a note at the half and said, let's get him involved, because he could be a big-time playmaker for us.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Running from the gun, Johnson. And give him about 5 as he gets this up to the 48-yard line.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did, to get them into a manageable 3rd down, because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
the gun now on third down. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Jordan Elliott drops him for a loss of 14 yards, and it also brings up fourth down.
Boy, Charles, that time he took a bad situation and made it worse.
Yeah, you're almost putting together a nice little song there, aren't you? Because it's something you'll see from young quarterbacks. They have that tendency to retreat backwards instead of stepping up in the pocket.
Here's Cameron Johnston now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. So a change of possession here on the punt, and the Browns will take over, 1st and 10. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half.
And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out. And now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can sense them saying, okay, the first half was theirs, but now let's get the momentum back on our side. We forced a punt. Now let's go downfield and score. If we do that, we'll be set up well for this second half.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. He was brought down by Kamu Grugier-Hill.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
2nd and 10.
Looking to throw. Banks. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. Back to throw. Banks. Looking for the out route. It's completed to Landry. And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds.
That's a pretty throw right there. That ball's in the air a long time, but it's right on the money on the right sideline. A really good route. Moving the defenders towards the middle of the field before breaking to the sideline. What a completion there. Big-time arm strength. Very nice route.
Inside 4 minutes to go, 3rd quarter. On 1st and 10, Banks.
And that one going to be off target and incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
Third quarter action. Appreciate you joining us from Cleveland, Ohio. 2nd and 10.
Looking to throw. Banks.
He's going to drop this one down for Chubb.
4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And now we've got flags down. Looked like one of the Browns might have moved.
That's on the guard, Wyatt Teller.
So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now. 3rd and long. Back to throw. Banks.
Swings this out for Hunt. And this play going to be stopped in its tracks at the 32, and obviously well short of the first down. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a 4th down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
Here's Dustin Colquitt now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. It'll wind up just a 35-yard punt, no return. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. Now the Texans offense, they head back out to do battle here. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
They begin the drive with Johnson. They'll only get a couple up to about the 30.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Here's 2nd and 8. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Looking to throw. Looking for Amendola, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. We're holding on to the lead at this stage in the second half. Those are the types of plays you really want to try and stay away from.
And when you're a rookie, keeping your focus is something that you still have to work on all the time because there's so many distractions around you between the crowd noise and your coaches and your teammates. But the other part, you've got to learn how to finish. It's the 2 F's for a rookie quarterback.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Banks throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
But defensively, you're over there trying to catch your breath and try not to show the offense that you're a little bit fatigued. You're right back out there after the turnover. Now they've got to work towards getting another couple of stops and forcing them into at least a long field goal situation.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Looking to throw. Banks. Man open. That's Anthony Schwartz. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a 1st down.
On 1st down, they'll run with Chubb. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Ahead of the chains now, 2nd and 2. Back to throw. Banks. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover. And they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
They come out with one back and 3 tight ends. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he gets halfway home from the 4 down to the 2-yard line.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Second and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. Chubb again, and he's in. Touchdown, Browns. Nick Chubb taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Browns have a chance to tie things up as they trail by 2 here in the 4th. So part 1 of what they needed is done. They get in the end zone. Now you have to imagine we'll see a try for 2.
And that's what the book says, but defensively, they can't hang their head right here. They've still got a chance to come out with the lead if they make a play.
Here we go. The Browns will go for 2. They'll look to throw. And he's got it. The conversion good, and we are tied in the 4th. Still time to work with on the clock, but they wanted the tie now, and they got it.
And I love their aggressiveness. Go ahead and get it done, get the game tied. Now your team has the momentum, and you're staring across the field saying, let's see if you can match us.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And with a marker down, he's up just past the 25-yard line, but I think they're going to be going backwards. Let's check the call. Well, that holding call set him up with not great field position.
Not at all when you tack on the penalty. With that field position after the return wasn't terrific, it's not a great starting field position as well.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. They'll drop to throw. Johnson with a completion over the middle. And brought down, but not before reaching the 25.
Well, I like the play design there. They occupied the defense downfield, everyone trying to account for someone. But unfortunately, they didn't account for the running back slipping out of the backfield. And he was absolutely unnoticed and wound up getting big yards on that play.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Working the middle, and he's got it complete to Akins, the tight end. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
Let's just break this down and make it pretty simple. Key to the drag route, letting the play develop, finding the hole in the defense, and giving your athlete, yes, athlete, a chance to make something happen once he has the ball in his hands.
They'll come up now on 2nd and a yard. Back to throw. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Anthony Walker. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. That time defensively looked like they showed quite a bit of pressure, but backed off, and it proved fruitful. They get the pick.
He went through all of his rules about getting rid of the ball quickly because he read blitz. He saw all those people stacked at the line of scrimmage, and then they fooled him by dropping into coverage. Now he's ready to get rid of the ball fast, but guess what? Too many defenders out there. Exactly as you described, an interception.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll go left side on the ground with Chubb. A nice move he had, but can't break away. And he's brought down just inside the 30. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. And I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. And now timeout is whistled as it appears there's a Brown shaken up on the play. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches. Operating from the gun, Banks. He's got his tight end, David Njoku. And he is going to have the Browns 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I like how they work the tight end on a nice little under route there. And if you're going to give him that much space, he's not going to catch the football. He's going to run away from you a little bit, and that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Banks. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
I think a lot of people ask the same question all the time. Why do we see so many slants in the red zone? Well, the windows are tighter. Everything's more condensed. It has to be quicker, and you've got to deliver the ball on time. Your biggest worry, ball gets tipped in the air. Because if that happens, then it's fair game for the defense.
To throw on 2nd down. Banks.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a 1st down.
A field goal could get him the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on 1st and goal. Hunt. And they'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Kareem Hunt taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Browns have moved out in front.
Did you see them hold up 4 fingers at the start of the 4th quarter?
They were ready.
They were definitely ready. They may or may not have done that, but they certainly have played that way. The 4th quarter has belonged to them, and now the lead belongs to them as well.
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. The thing that they'll be looking at is a spot of the football, and this is always such a tough one for officials to get exactly right.
Not just because of how fast the game's going, but just trying to get the right sight line to the football. That's not always easy. We'll see what they decide here.
After reviewing the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
So that challenge, a successful one. The lone
lone man in the backfield here is Chubb on 2nd and goal. Back to throw. Banks. And this is caught for a Browns touchdown by Landry. Jarvis Landry there to make the grab. And the Browns have moved out in front. And all about timing there on that short slant, Charles.
Exactly right. That was timed up so well. The route, the throw, touchdown.
Chase McLaughlin on for the extra point. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-14. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it ends with a touchdown for Cleveland. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. Now comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. And now they'll look to answer working from behind. And remember, this offense has sputtered yet to score here in the second half. They'll need to change that here. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And it's caught here. Amendola. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Here's a 2nd and 7. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. I guess they're in a situation now, 4th quarter, where they're forced to take some chances, but I don't know that that was the type of a chance you want to take.
And that one could very easily have been intercepted, and if it does get picked off, that could possibly seal this one.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. They'll look to throw. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Jadeveon Clowney with a big-time sack on 3rd down. It's a loss of 7. Tell you what, he did not have much time there to scan the field before he was ducking and covering.
Did it appear to you, as it did to me, that the defensive front won their play really quickly? Meaning the guys in front of him had almost no chance to block him. They were on him in a hurry.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. He's letting it fly for Cooks. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Greg Newsom. And the Browns are going to get the football there as he gets this up to the 38-yard line. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's a guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
For the Browns, good starting field position as they have it 1st and 10 at their 38. Throwing to start the drive. Banks. He's got Njoku, his big tight end. And getting this just shy of midfield. They'll spot it at the 49. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes. And we've got a one-score game. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. They'll try and wind down some clock with Chubb. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ballgame. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. And again, it's Chubb. And they'll get him down here at about the 42. And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause in the action. A timeout here defensively. They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And Chubb fighting, but nowhere to go. He's going to be stopped short of that 1st down marker. The Texans going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to make it a 2-score game. And this is off target to the left. Didn't get there anyway. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. So now the Texans down by 7. Just over 1:40 to play. Now the missed field goal gives them new life as they come up in a 1-score game on 1st and 10. Now, things just got interesting. They try for the long field goal there to salt this one away. They don't get it, and now a little time for the other guys to mount a late drive.
Well, they thought their kicker would put it through the post and finish this one off. I'm sure they discussed pooch punting it and letting their defense take over. Well, the defense now has to make it stand up, but they didn't get the best field position because the ball comes back to the line of scrimmage.
High throw, but he makes the catch. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
He's back to throw. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And it'll be incomplete. Good job staying with him defensively. And it'll bring up 2nd down. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does. And in the 2nd quarter, he may very well run by him. But in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
Back to throw. He'll drop this down to Johnson underneath. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. Nothing open downfield. They went underneath.
Yeah, see if you can get it to your running back. See if you can make someone miss in the open field.
They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. He'll look to throw. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line.
This is where hustle and urgency come into play. I think you've got to get up there and spike it.
First down now, but that clock rolling. They'll look to throw. Completing it to the right side, Johnson. And down inside the 10 here before he's out of bounds right around the 7. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it could turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Back to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. He was unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Again, he'll drop to throw. This will be caught at about the 5. 2 yards is all he'll get on the completion. It's 4th down.
Partner took a while for him to lock onto a receiver, and he finally found his man coming left to right across the formation. But by the time he got the ball to him, not much of a chance to turn upfield and make anything out of it.
Down 7, and they've got to go for it here on 4th down. One final shot. They'll look to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They're turned away on 4th and goal. And the Browns are able to come up with a goal line stand. Formation now as they take the knee. So how about that comeback that we just witnessed going into the 4th quarter? I don't know that we had written them off, but it looked bleak. They were able to get it done.
They put up a barrage of points and reeling them in and running them down and winning it. Wouldn't you love to be in their locker room right now? Think about the energy that's radiating out of there right now. They're talking about belief, sticking together, and finding a way to win.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. It's a win for the Browns, and they're happy in the dog pound as we say so long from Cleveland.